Hello everyone, Archangel Wajo here in Pittsboro, the good friend of mine after the Pittsboro Regional. So why don't you tell us who you are and what you did?
I'm David Sedano, and I got 5th at the Pittsboro Regional.
All right, what did you play?
I played Fire King.
All right, any shout outs?
Yeah, I want to shout out all the boys in the group chat, Underworld for hosting the regional. Great store. If anyone hasn't been there, I would recommend going there. Also, shout out in particular Ashwin, Romeo, Joe, and I can't remember who else, but I got a deck check round 8, and I got some warning for warp cards, and they like right in the middle of the round got me replacement. So shout out to
The
them.
goats.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, 3 Olcanics. Like, this card is so crazy. It gets you anything you don't need, that you don't have in the deck. Floats into a body that just gets you an interruption.
Flip the cards around.
It's such a crazy card. 3 Ponix. This card gets you to interruptions, gets you to extension. Also 3 of. 3 Kieran. Crazy card. Helps you dodge imperm, droplets, veilers. Pops a card, summons a card, gives you follow up. 3 Garunix. This card just such a crazy card. Summons from hand, graveyard. You can just like summon any of these guys, crash into something that's your opponent left in attack mode, and then like you just pop off in a damage step that's very hard to interact with in that situation. You don't play less than 3 of these. Like, these are all just so good.
Did you ever have any times where you were like playing on your opponent's first turn with some of these?
Yeah. Actually, no, not this tournament. I had the opportunity to, but I think a lot of times, unless you have like the perfect combo where it's like this plus this and this, like you don't really want to do anything. You just kind of want to hold them, because that just plays into like thrust and stuff.
Makes sense.
Talents. But I mean, you do have the options. Like if you see like an opening, you could definitely go for it and catch them off guard. But for the most part, you just like hold these for your turn. Then the one of Arvada and Garunix. This card, originally I was siding it out, going second, but as I got deeper into the tournament, I started keeping it in just because this deck really struggles with some consistency sometimes, and it's just like another fire to have to like play with Island. And then also if you like just pop it and they already have a board, like they have to interact with it on their turn, otherwise they're just going to destroy everything. And obviously Arvada just negate. A lot of times you just summon this back off of it just so it dies and then comes back in the standby phase.
Makes sense.
And then it keeps fires on your field essentially. That's all the Fire King monsters. And then you got the spells. 3 of these. Shout out Thinkabooey for no particular reason.
Just a cool guy.
Just a cool guy. He was with me in spirit.
With you in spirit.
You really want consistency again. Like this set doesn't have too many starters, so you want to max out on this. To go with these, one island. It's not the best because you need for it to be good, you need to have 2 fires essentially, which is not always the case. So yeah, only one of these. It hurts sometimes. Like you want to set up your board to where if they cosmic this or lightning storm this, you can still play afterwards. Because otherwise they just get rid of this, pop your field, and then you're left without any monsters. And then that hurts a lot.
Makes sense.
Skyburn, just a really good card. Pops. Like a lot of times I would just end on 2 Fire Kings with this set, and this gives you a lot of pops 2 cards. It pops 2 cards, and a lot of times it will give you follow-up as well with Garou.
Yeah, just everything floating.
Yeah,
it's so crazy. Would you ever think about playing more copies of Island?
I thought about it. I played a mirror match round 7 or 8.
Holy shit, there was 2 of them.
And he was playing 2 of these, but I never really missed the second one. Because like once you like resolve this once, you basically have access to everything in your graveyard.
Makes sense.
Then just more consistency cards, extra.
The GOAT, Extra.
To Prosperity. This card is crazy. Like, as you'll see, like the extra deck does not matter at all, really. And like there was like times where I like resolved this like twice in one game, and like you just get so much advantage off of it.
Free eats.
Yeah, this one I resolved it a couple times. It's still good just because like it gets you what you need, whether you need an extender, a starter, hand trap, anything really. So yeah, these are all good. And then the last consistency card, Called By, it helps you. This deck really struggles against Ash Blossom, so just stopping that.
Makes sense.
That. Also draw. If you like start off Extrav and they draw you, that really hurts because if you don't have access to this or Skyburn, then it limits what you can do on their turn. And then for non-engine, 3 Ash, just like very good generically. It's also a fire, so in bad situation you can pop with Fire King Island and get Garunix off. 3 Veiler, also pretty good generically. This one is important because you can normal summon it and turn it into Almirage, which gives you a fire to be able to play with Fire King Island.
Seems good.
It never came up for me this tournament, but I still wouldn't change it just because that application with Almirage. The anti-Fiendsmith cards, these are they were really good. Magnem's an insane card.
So is this DD Crow an original idea of yours?
Yeah, 100%. Definitely not
David Sedano goo.
Definitely not some European player's idea.
Europe isn't real. We don't do that around here.
But I mean, these were all good.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
In the mirror match, my opponent was playing multiple Crows, and those hurt me a lot. So I think DD Crow's a good card in the upcoming format. The Bestial is always going to be good as long as Fiendsmith's good. And then we have 3 Impulse. Honestly, I think the main selling point of this deck is being able to play this card because it just you don't care about the restriction at all. There were a couple times where I had multiple Veilers in hand after using this, but other than that, like you can just use this freely from hand. I never set this. I just always keep it in hand, just play around Lightning Storm, back removal.
Makes sense.
It's just a crazy card. And then lastly, 3 Imperm. Same
Pretty
as,
standard, yep.
Yeah, it's just Veiler. 6 copies of Veiler. For the extra deck, another original idea. 3 Princess, 3 of the XCs.
Would you ever consider playing more copies of Princess or Garunix XZ?
Yes, if it was legal. If there were no deck checks. No, these cards are crazy. Like Princess, like interruption, follow-up, extension. A lot of times you just end with this in Arvada on field, and that plays around basically everything. If they nib you, you just Arvada, get this engrave. If they don't nib you, you have Arvada live to get this engrave anyways. This crazy interruption, it pops all the monsters, pops a back row, and then it's also follow-up if you pop it in any way. And then for the other multiples, 2 Hida, 2 SP. This card didn't come up for me today, but in theory it's good. You want to play 2 of these because against Odeon, if they have Man of the Mark up with Temple, you can't really interact with any of their stuff. So this is good just to get rid of, be able to get rid of their cards.
Makes sense.
Hida's good. Ashes, there's a lot of fires in the format still. So you just get summon anything, go into Hida, then get back into your Fire King stuff. For the 1-ofs, Dark, never made it, but in theory it's good. You just go into it with either Bestial or Anima, that you make off Ponix, and then just like way to get a Dark and go back into Princess. Sunlight Wolf, I don't think I ever made it, but in theory it's good just because if you can get Kieran in graveyard, summon something to it, get Kieran back. Typhon, never made it. In theory it's good just because you can normal summon anything and out the Ryziel board. And then Almirage, which is important because you can normal summon a hand trap and then get a fire off of that.
All right, on to the side deck.
For the side deck, I played these 6 Charmies in the side. And honestly, these Lancias too, these are all for Malice, because what I found was that this deck really struggles against Malice. It's just all the banishing and all the recursion that it got, it's really hard to deal with it. So you really need to side heavily for that matchup. And I only played 2 Malice, and none of these really came up, but I was able to manage to beat both of them. But in theory, that's what all these 6 are for. Then Lightning Storm and Heavy Storm Duster, just generic good removal. Nothing too crazy. This won me my matchup against the Mirror. He had a Skyburn set and a Cosmic, so I was able to do that and then start playing, and he didn't have any answers. And then lastly, 3 Judgment for because this deck, if you get rid of Island, it's really hard to recover from that if you don't have the right setup. And so this just stops Lightning Storm, Duster, Cosmic.
Makes sense.
And yeah, that's the
Any
deck
changes
profile.
you'd make to the deck moving forward?
No, I mean, it worked perfectly great. Felt great, played great. Shout out Thinkabooey again for no particular reason.
What was your loss to?
It was to Grass Malice. It was crazy. He resolved Grass on me 3 times in 3 games for 25 cards, 23 cards, 19 cards.
This guy does not know what GWC does.
All right, well, thanks for the profile.
Yep.
Congratulations again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time.